We use basically a translational approach to take things from a molecular level all the way up to humans. So we have human subjects throughout the world in Africa, Central America, and Asia. And we also use single cell models, so cell lines, C. elegans, a number of other models like even protozoa. In terms of what people need while they're in the lab, or even sometimes just from classes, I see students going through difficult times. The main thing is to try to find out what's going on, and I offer advice. Ultimately, it comes down to them being able to make educated decisions about what the best course of action is for them. I don't really try to dictate what's best for a person. I try to listen and see if there's anything that I can do to help. In terms of advancement, I mean, there's multiple stages, particularly in graduate school, that are critical. The first stage would be qualifying exams, and that is usually determined by their ability to complete their coursework and kind of have a better understanding of the background for their project. Maybe they're not doing everything in terms of hypothesis development or aim testing yet, but it has to do with having the tools where they're ready to conduct their thesis research. So that's kind of the first step. Once they're in the laboratory full-time and conducting their thesis research, it has to do with the ability to develop a hypothesis and design strategies to test those hypotheses, as well as designing their own experiments or their own experimental paths. That's really the goal. At that time, you start to think that they're becoming independent and they're really ready to develop their own publications, and so that'll be measured by their first ability to put together a manuscript in final form, minimum a draft form that can be then submitted to the journal. And once I think that first one is done, the second and third, if they have that much data, comes along pretty easily after that. So they're ready to move on and graduate. In general, I think the best preparation is meeting people that are in the field and interacting with people that are in that specific arena. So if it's teaching, interacting with people that are developing teaching methods, kind of have some understanding of teaching. And I like to give people experiences if they're wanting to do that, so they can then participate in course development, lecture development, and so for the teaching path. But government positions, interacting with people who are in government is very good, and kind of having a better understanding of how that path can go, depending on the division of the government that they would fit best within. I know people in pretty much every area of government, and so I think that I can probably hook somebody up with a mentor, what I consider to be a mentor in that area. The same thing is with industry. There's a lot of both small and larger companies. I think the model is very different for each of those, and so getting people to interact with commercial entities has a benefit in that way. And so the lab does interact with many commercial entities, and that can offer additional exposure. Academic situations, I mean, we're already in the academic environment. I think there's a lot of mentoring possibilities here already. Certainly the faculty and the supervisory committee can offer suggestions, but then what I always do for pretty much everybody in my laboratory is I will try to get them to connect with people very early on, about 2 years before they graduate, to make sure that they've kind of got an idea of what type of person and which people they would like to interact with after they leave the laboratory. Oftentimes that comes down to visiting laboratories, going to meetings, things like that that can really offer that exposure.